folks. Welcome to episode 11 of Unlocked Radio, right here on Morning Show Central Radio Network. We are here to provide you with gaming news, gaming perspective, and gaming discussion. And Rio, I thought you were a bad Rasta dude. That hat is just goofy. Anyways, be sure to like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/unlockedradio. Stupid speech impediment.
www.
Anyways, also follow us on Twitter at Unlocked Radio. Follow us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/user/unlockedradio. If you forget any of that, simply check out our website and get all the info that we just plugged here at www.unlockedradio.com. Compliments of our wonderful, wonderful station manager. Let's see. Check out the other shows on MSC Radio Network at morningshowcentral.com. Watch our show live and join the chat at morningshowcentral.com/watch. Listen to the show on your smartphone. Search the App Store for TuneIn Radio. Download the app. Search for Morning Show Central. Or you can always just call into the show toll-free at 888-668-0742. All right, that takes care of that. Got a little advertising I wanted to take care of.
Now, before we do that, let everybody know, obviously, what we're doing on the show tonight. We're talking Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Editions, getting some on the PS Vita. We got SimCity updates 7.0 is going to add some bridges, tunnels, traffic tune-ups, and trees. Xbox One won't require plugged-in Connect, so that's a good thing. Dungeon to the Endless is teased by Amplitude Studios. Layoffs hit Crystal Dynamics. Major Nelson cracks open Xbox One controller in a new video, which we'll be talking about. Runner 2 slides into the PlayStation Plus tomorrow. Xbox One controllers is going to be compatible with the PC in 2014. Ouya is going to begin testing on MMOs on a $99 console, and Alliance. We're talking about an Alliance team that plays Dota 2 and a nice little lump sum of money that they got in the International 2013 Dota 2 tournament. So go ahead and kick your mother in the balls and prepare to get unlocked. But like Chip said before we get started, let's do a little quick advertisement. Keep the lights on.
Wait, get started. I thought we just went over everything.
Well,
good show, guys. Good show.
Good show.
No, just kidding. All right, so let's get some advertising done so we can keep these lights on. All right, so Lakewood Computer, 14035 Madison Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44107-4531. Toll free at 855-580-0768. If you're in need of computer repairs or just want to cut the cost of ink, cartridges, and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, we've been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at competitive prices. We purchase and sell pre-owned laptops, desktops, and related equipment. We offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. In addition to cost-effective printers and computers and computing products, they also have service and repairs for HP LaserJet printers and a complete menu of personal as well as commercial computer repairs. With 29 years of professional experience, we are highly confident in our ability to enhance your overall experience. Please check them out online at www.joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Also, I like them on Facebook because, I mean, like I said, they pay our bills.
Very true.
Oh, I just lost track of what. Anyways, so I like them on Facebook, and I saw my first post from them on my newsfeed earlier this morning. I actually mean morning. I was awake before noon, guys. I had court. By the way, fuck the legal system. But I saw their nice little post on Facebook. Apparently, they have laptops and the like starting at $150. So my laptop.
So if you're broke,
yeah, my laptop's getting a little old, so I might have to replace that once I get done paying off all my court fees and stuff. So yeah, I need a new laptop. So Joe, keep me in mind. Remember the face. Well, the hat specifically, that doesn't change. The shirt sometimes does. I've heard occasionally.
remember the face.
Yeah.
That doesn't change.
The face does change. It depends on if I have a beard or not. We'll see. Anyways, so let's get right into things.
Moving on to story number 1 over here.
Story number 1. Devolver Digital has revealed a port for Duke Nukem 3D coming to PlayStation Vita, dubbed Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition. This is the latest iteration of the classic shooter and was revealed in a tweet earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, tweet. It's likely this is a PS Vita port of the same Megaton Edition offered on Steam, which includes 3 additional downloadable content packs on top of the core game. But Devolver isn't saying anything for the time being.
They probably got a lot of gum. That's the issue. We're not kicking any ass.
Anyways, so no other information available at the time, although tweets imply this port is handled by the Abstraction Gaming. This is the same studio that handled PS Vita port for Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami, by the way, which is actually a really kind of awesome and kind of weird, kind of bad game, all in the same respect. It was like a little top-down, very neon, very retro, flashy, over-the-top action game with
That's what I want from Duke Nukem.
over-the-top blood, over-the-top gore, over-the-top violence, and if you can stomach that, they have all these ridiculous amounts of kills and planning that you can do, which is kind of sweet. But the thing that I'm kind of concerned about is the Duke Nukem. I read into it, and the Duke Nukem 3D, and then the 3 expansion packs were all being lumped together on Steam for $9.99 when they were free like a month ago.
Well, yeah, because now they're releasing
kick ass and chew bubble gum.
Exactly.
I'm all out of gum.
Yeah, they're all out of deals.
Yeah, apparently they're all out of free gum. So they either need to restock on that shit, or you need to get PS Vita.
Yeah,
Your face, your ass. What's the difference?
Exactly. Well, one has a beard and one's completely hairy.
Well, oh jeez.
I should probably shave my cheeks.
Yeah, so we're gonna get to battle some new aliens, expansion packs that weren't out that we didn't get to play before. Duke Nukem Forever obviously flopped really bad. I don't know really. Duke Nukem isn't very relevant anymore, but being able to go on there and play online through the Steam network and everything else might be kind of cool. Do you really want to pay $10 for it?
I still have a 1995 computer, still running Duke Nukem.
Windows 95 and Duke Nukem 3D right in there, exactly.
So I also run Diablo on there. Because apparently my Windows 98 laptop will not run Diablo. It'll run Diablo 2, but if I download my expansion pack, it glitches like a motherfucker. So, I guess I have to have a different operating system for each individual game I play.
Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, moving right along. SimCity Update 7.0 is scheduled to arrive in a city near you that you created, by the way, in August. And it's bringing some traffic updates along for the ride. Update 7.0 adds the ability to raise and lower roads to build bridges and tunnels, as demonstrated by lead gameplay scripter Guillaume Pierre. He threw some stuff up on Twitter, threw a video up there showing how it worked out, which actually looks really good. The update also allows players to plant trees. Woo! It's 2013 and we figured out how to plant trees.
Yeah, you can plant trees. I also heard that you're allowed to, emulate rush hour traffic. You can just sit there in your car and get really pissed off at traffic that you create.
That's true. Yeah. The mechanic is actually inspired by a mod and includes 3 types of trees that grow roadside and 4 that can flourish anywhere. Pierre says, talks about all this in a series of tweets about the greenery joins asphalt-based operation improvements outlined by software engineer Alexander Harkness in a recent SimCity blog post that they talked about. Actually bringing up, they actually fixed some of the traffic issues that were in the game. If you actually still even play it, I can't do, anytime I see an article about SimCity, I'm like, okay, you're trying, you're helping out. For the 10 people that still play it, I mean, we talked about last week how it turns out they sold over 2 million copies, but aside from looking really good, it takes away everything that any of us who actually played SimCity as a kid and throughout the other years loved. Everything about having like an open-ended, it's not sandbox. You just basically are given a sheet of paper and a checklist, and you just got to go down a checklist. That's all you do.
Yep. Honestly, I feel like you should add wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men.
Actually, every citizen in the city should be that. That would be nice. The one thing they did do, though, is they got rid of... Remember, did you ever play the older SimCities? How you used to have to make the power lines and make the plumbing? You don't do that anymore. It just follows the roads now, which is nice, and it just connects to it automatically. That gets rid of that little mundane thing.
What if I want it to be out of the ground? Like, what if I want it to, run alongside the road and then have the sidewalk on the other side? Like a guardrail made out of plumbing.
That would be kind of strange, and you have a really weird city.
Yeah, especially when drunk drivers run into them. Water main break. Woo!
Yeah. Is the whole being forced, you don't get to build a giant megalopolis anymore by yourself. You now have a section. There's 8 to 16 sections of this megalopolis, and you are controlling one of these sections of the city, and you grow that, and you have to work
Compete.
with. Right, you have to work with everybody because it's forcing you to play online and work with and do everything in multiplayer. But it doesn't give you doesn't give you the ability in game to communicate with the other people properly. So everything it just sucks. You can't change
Conquer the
zones.
other sectors of the city. You take control of one, you build an army of squirrels, and you take out the rest of the city. And that now you have full reign of the entire city. I'm sorry, I this is the wrong kind of game for me.
Well, now we're just destroying it. Now it's kind of becoming like Carmageddon. Carmageddon 2013. All right, let's move on to story number 3 here.
All right, story number 3. Sims creator has released a new game called War and Destruction: The Sith Rebellion. No, that is complete bullshit.
This sounds like way too good of a story.
For Sims, yes. Yeah, anything decent is too good of a story for them. All right, anyways, so Xbox One does not need the Kinect sensor in order to function normally. Xbox corporate VP Mark Whitten.
He's white.
Yes, he's whiten. Anyways, tells IGN, this runs contrary to the previous statements in May when Microsoft Studios corporate VP Phil Spencer, possibly fired, said Xbox One would require the Kinect to be plugged in. I don't know if he's fired or not, but
Well, we got a new
if that was his idea,
unless they have 2 VPs.
that's more than likely. They probably have like 30 VPs.
Well.
But I'm just saying, whoever's idea it was that it had to be connected should be fired. Thank you, Microsoft, for listening.
Let's hope so.
Tune in next week when we stop bashing you and tear the shit out of PS. Anyways, it's unclear whether there is a shift in policy or phrasing, but Whitten says that while ditching Kinect may limit the console's capabilities, the sensor isn't a necessary piece of equipment at all times. Instead, you'll be able to use it for voice and motion-based navigation features, or to play games like Fantasia Music Evolved. Just what we need, nap time gaming, which will rely on the sensor. Games use Kinect in a variety of amazing ways, adding voice control to squad mates, to adding lean and other simple controls beyond what a controller is capable of. Full immersive gameplay says that. That said, like online, the console will still function if Kinect is not plugged in, although it won't be able to use the features or have the experience that explicitly uses the sensor. So clean out some of that extra space in that entertainment center or in the closet. It depends on what you play. If you're cleaning out space in your closet for the Kinect, I really don't want to know what games
throw
you're
it up
playing.
in there.
Are you throwing a sensor-based Dead or Alive volleyball in there?
Well, remember before they were talking about having the Kinect and the camera with it always kind of watching. Throw it in your closet at that point.
I mean, I'm just saying, Dead or Alive volleyball with a Kinect sensor would involve a lot of humping. Also, a lot of fat people would jump a lot more.
This could be good or bad, depending on whether or not you have to watch the footage.
I don't want to watch the footage. I'll leave that to the FCC or whoever monitors that shit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, none of us really want Kinect. Kinect was kind of bundled in there, and it's still it's like anything, even like the Wii and everything else, all novelty kind of stuff. We still just want a controller, us core gamers.
Yeah.
We want a damn controller, and we want what a controller can do.
Well,
the other stuff, we're never going to get into competitively at any rate. We're not gonna. We're not even like as a casual gamer who likes really good games. None of us are gonna care about that. It's like women and children are going to care about Kinect, and that's basically it.
I noticed Cage Bob is in the chat room. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate
Hi,
that.
Bob.
About time you
Cage
watch
Bob.
our show. Anyways, but yeah, like
Member of the Cage House.
Kinect, they actually had to lump it in for free when they re-released the Xbox 360 that had the no red ring issue. In other words, it took the LEDs out.
Yeah.
Hey, it didn't red ring. It green ringed. Sort of. I don't know what the... And it's same problem, just whatever. But anyways, they lumped the Kinect in with that because no one was actually buying the Kinect separately. And my biggest issue with Kinect is, I'm sorry, I'm a rage gamer sometimes. I'm going to scream at the TV. I'm going to yell at my video games. And if I'm like, fuck you, go home! And Kinect is like, go home?
Dashboard. Damn it! At that point, you got to buy a new TV because Rage got a lot harder.
Yeah, that controller will probably go through the TV. Kinect will get snapped in half, and
maybe that's what they want. They want you to not have a controller in your hand, so you have nothing to throw.
But
there's still furniture.
I'll
there's
punch.
still other things.
You've seen me throw couches, so
All right, moving along. Amplitude Studios, developers of Endless Space, released a trailer that teases its new project, apparently called Dungeon of the Endless. Kind of a stupid name, but the video shows spaceships and explosions with a pretty retro-inspired design. In the teaser trailer, Amplitude Studios asked the question, "What's behind the door?" Ooh.
Wait, retro explosions?
Retro explosions.
They don't quite make explosions like they used to. I mean,
Right, they don't. They don't have that pixelated flame with the little Star Wars Episode 4 blaster, that kind of stuff. They
just don't make explosions like they used to. That's all I gotta say. That's my quote for the day now.
All right, so they asked the question, "What's behind the door?" Now, I'm deducing that we may learn the answer to that question at Gamescom, primarily because the video ends with the words "more at Gamescom." Now, I know my detective skills are pretty incredible.
Sherlock Holmes over here.
Sovereign of the obvious. Yeah. Actually, Goofy.
Yeah.
Sovereign of the obvious. By the way, if Goofy ever sees this.
I got no idea what that is.
No, it seemed like a pretty kind of cool. It was again another over the top game, kind of retro style. It kind of looked like.
So you keep saying over the top, and for some reason I'm thinking the
not over the top action.
Yeah, I'm
top
thinking,
down view. Sorry, top down view. There we go.
All right.
Does that make it more specific?
I wasn't sure which way you were going with this, and I'm like, wait. So we're talking like omniscient FPS here, like OPS, like Ops, like Black Ops 2?
No. It looked like almost Duke Nukem 2 style graphics. Top-down view, little like dungeon crawler kind of thing, and then you have like a bunch of spaceships exploding and something goes down onto the planet's surface and it's a completely ridiculously sized explosion that covers up, 3 planets worth in the solar system itself. It's,
Dead Space. Got it.
we'll have to see how it goes, how it plays out.
By the way,
Endless Space was awesome.
Yeah. It was. But yeah, so Call of Duty people, whoever makes the game, do me a favor. I actually want an omniscient person shooter. I want an OPS. So you can have it like Black Ops.
I don't understand.
I feel like that. I feel like that would improve the game. Think of Nazi zombies. What was that? In Nazi Zombies there was an over the top like sandbox style game where one joystick controlled you and one joystick controlled which way you were shooting.
Yes, exactly. They did it kind of like Geometry Wars, but I remember that over the top, that top down view. Yeah. And
do a Call of Duty like that. I want to see it.
That would be kind of sweet. And just you look at the map, like they have the actual maps the way they normally are, but they just put an aerial view and you got to figure out how to control it that way.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be awesome. Except for I feel like you get lost underneath a helicopter.
Well.
You have to click to shoot up. So when the helicopter flies overhead, just shoot straight up.
All right, moving on to some Squeenix stuff.
All right, so Squeenix, also known as Square Enix.
I like to call it Squeenix.
Squeamish, whatever. Anyways, they laid off about a dozen staff members at Crystal Dynamics. We've made some decisions at Crystal Dynamics this week around the second project we're working on, which has resulted in a small number of roles, roughly 12, becoming redundant, and we rescoped the project. The publisher confirmed in a press statement. We're in a close-knit team at Crystal and wouldn't be making these changes if we didn't feel it absolutely necessary. So you want more money in your pocket, that's necessary. So you fire 12 people.
A big scope thing is 12 people is not a whole lot, I guess, for a big game company.
On one project, though.
Yeah,
anyways,
it may be bigger.
Where was I at?
Close-knit team?
Something like that. Crap, I actually lost where I was at. Oh, we're close to Crystal and wouldn't be making these changes if we didn't feel it was absolutely necessary, the publisher said. The staffing changes do not impact the subset at Crystal Dynamics that is working on the next generation Tomb Raider sequel.
Well, I'm glad about that part.
It's probably going to suck. Which was confirmed by Square Enix's CEO, Phil Rogers, earlier this month. Square Enix will help those affected as best we can. Here's a packet of ramen and some water. Good luck.
Like a chia pet
ask that anyone currently searching for talented developers contact
they call it Trout
at crystald.com.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing you a solid there, Crystal D and Squeenix. We're putting it out there for you, kinda, in a way. I mean, it's part of the article, part of the quote, had to include it. But laying off 12 people, if you think about it, as far as a big game developer company, not a whole lot of people, but for one project, like you said, maybe a bigger deal. And they say they're a close-knit team, so 12 people might be like a half the group for all we know.
Yeah. But yeah, we're not positive on how many that is. Honestly, I'm probably gonna log into that go to that site later on tonight, and if it says send more ramen, I will send more ramen.
We may end up having to send more ramen. I just bought a ton of ramen. I got 24 packs of ramen at home right now. I can help you guys out. Actually, anybody can.
I don't really have any ramen I ate at all.
Let's go to the food bank. Give them some stuff.
Yeah, I'll make my own food bank for these developers.
We'll get them a chia pet and some water instead of ramen and some water. Chia pet and water, and then they can have a friend.
Chia herb garden. That way they can season their ramen.
Why haven't we included chia pets in any of the games?
Why don't we have a chia pet here?
That's a good question. We should have a chia pet sitting
Chris,
right
can
there.
we get a chia pet?
Get a chia pet, set him down, and see how much he grows over the course of a few episodes. We got a thumbs up. We got a thumbs up. That was Tom with the thumbs up.
All right.
We got a thumbs up on that.
That was Tom? All right. So we're getting a chia pet. Or,
All right.
Or a chia Tom. Maybe we can just... Wait, let's use Rio's head.
Son of a bitch. I don't... As much as I want hair, I don't think I want green hair.
I don't think it would work anyways.
It wouldn't work, and it's going to be difficult to find a job with a green, really weird-looking, like, felt afro kind of looking shit.
Tell him your last coworker kicked you into a fucking vat of plant.
A vat of plant. Poison ivy is my mother, all right? No,
I am a half plant.
But as far as that being fired from them, from Crystal Dynamics doesn't put out a lot of stuff that I actually care about. The Tomb Raider is the main one that I care about because the newest Tomb Raider game was phenomenal.
Didn't play it.
It depends on like how some people say they don't like it a little bit. They say the girl's kind of too scared, but
I didn't play it.
yeah, actually,
I got
Bob,
kinda lazy.
Bob in our chat asked, couldn't move those guys to another project. That's what we're. Yeah, that's one of the things we're talking about. It's like
how
you have
many
to
things
fire
are you guys
them.
working on right now?
Yeah.
I understand your company might not be the greatest. There's a possibility you're a total fucking flop, other than that one game franchise. But you don't have to lay off 12 people, guys.
Right,
well, maybe you do. I don't really know.
You're moving on to another project. Find a way to fit them in.
I mean,
it's redundant.
If they're talented, and they're not the redundant part,
Yeah.
the job is, then I'm sure you could find something else for them to work on.
Cut the pay down, set them all in a room together, in a boardroom together, and let them figure out another project for you that the 12 of them can work on. And if they fail within like a month to come up with something,
Then you fire them.
Then you fire them, yeah, or lay them off. However, anyway, moving along, Microsoft.
No, actually light them on fire. Then they'll come up with ideas.
All right, I maybe light them on fire, but don't light the chia pet on fire. We want to keep that guy around.
Yes, we're keeping the chia pet.
Moving on to one of my more favorite topics tonight, Microsoft's Larry Cribb, a.k.a. Major Nelson, and Zulfi Alam, general manager of Xbox Accessories Group, broke down the changes being made to the Xbox One's controller in another video that was hit the internet today. In the video, Cribb and Alam discussed the screwless backplate and new battery compartment, and also opened the controller up to show the improved D-pad and rumble motors, two of which are located in the controller's triggers, which I'll get to in a second.
Screwless incorporation with Apple.
The two also note that the controller's infrared sensor, which the Xbox One's Kinect sensor will use to switch profiles when a controller is handed to another player. Another really cool feature that I'll talk about here in a second. Major Nelson recently offered up an unboxing video of the Xbox One itself, which will launch this November for $500. We will be posting links up there on our Facebook page and everything, so you can see that later on. We'll upload it to the YouTube video as well.
Thumbprint scan determines what your preferred control settings are.
Maybe. Which thumb do you hit first? Southpaw? Done.
All right, so obviously you want inverted,
The one thing that's kind of cool is you don't have to deal with the stupid, like, hitting the center console button, going in, signing into a profile, going, all right, now this is my controller. Now which one's which? Let me look at the light. It doesn't matter. It just looks at you and it goes, all right, the infrared helps with the controller. It says 1, 2, 3, 4. If I hand this controller, we're playing a fighting game, and I play past the stick and hand it to somebody over there, now it moves right over there, and it switches it all by itself. That is a kind of a cool feature. It saves time with the whole menu options and all that other bullshit.
What if your Xbox is racist?
If your Xbox is racist, then it will pretend
you passed to a black guy.
it'll pretend
like the
not to
battery's
recognize.
dying.
Yeah, it'll pretend not to recognize the black guy. It's too dark. You may want to turn up your light. But we're now going to get a lot of
You
more
are a
people
dick,
upset with us.
Xbox. You are a dick.
I mean, $500 for a couple cool features like that. I looked at the controller, and the controllers are very nice. One of the biggest
Controller's not $500. The system is.
Yeah, the system is $500, coming with the Kinects and with the special the new specialized controllers that have all that functionality with it. So it comes. You don't have to buy peripherals to get those kind of features. It brings
Actually, the
everything
controller
together
is
easier than you
$500.
need.
It comes with a free Xbox and Kinect.
That might be true. The controller is pretty sweet. I think that's the best technology I've seen so far for the Xbox. But one of my biggest things has always been, as far as choosing a particular console, the controller is the most important part to me. That's what I'm holding. That's what I'm playing with.
Yeah.
That's the most important.
The reason I chose Xbox 360 over PS3 is simply because of the way the controller works to me.
Yeah, and the way it felt. It felt way better than the PlayStation.
It doesn't matter if I'm holding it like with my, again, like putting, the nubs in the palms of my hands and pushing the sticks up. Up is up. With PlayStation, you're holding, the controller, like this. This is up.
Yeah, that part really bothered. Yeah, you're like, kind of like, this is not cool.
I don't want to, bump a joystick towards my junk for, the character to move to the right.
Bottom line is that it was the best controller since the Dreamcast.
I actually really don't remember the Dreamcast. I only played like 8 to 10
They
hours
pretty
on
much
it.
based it off of their Dreamcast controller. It's
Yeah.
a nice little snug fit, so you're basically just holding your hands like this, and you just
I
right in
remember
there.
it. I just don't
Very
remember
lightweight.
holding it for some reason.
Yeah, they have the joysticks perfectly fit for where your thumbs were naturally at.
I actually
So
really
nice.
I like the GameCube controller. Everyone else was always like, it sucked. It was actually really good, and I didn't get like cramps in my thumbs. I didn't get the blisters on my thumbs playing, GameCube.
I think that C-stick was really annoying, though. That part did bother me.
All right, the C-stick, I could take or leave depending on what game I'm playing. But overall, the controller was actually fairly ergonomical.
Ergonomic? There you go. Yeah.
Ergonomic.
It did. It fit comfortably.
Unlike the 64 controller, it's like, all right, D-pad, joystick, trigger. There's 3 things. Like, I'm sorry, if I want to use the D-pad and play a shooting game, what am I bumping my crotch? Let me just get ready for a shooter here. All right, dink, dink, dink. All right, I'm pulling the trigger. Dink. No.
Yeah, that one's
I don't
kind of
want to
weird. It's like,
pelvically thrust
hold
my
it-
controller. It just seems awkward.
Yeah, you got to put it in the middle, and it's like, all right, my hands are crowded here as I play GoldenEye. Playing WCW versus NWO Revenge, I'm all set here on opposite sides. And by the way, I threw in that horrible, horrible game reference, but was oddly enough, one of the best wrestling games of all time. Dreamcast was basically the same size as the old Xbox One fatty. Yeah, actually, we did that before. I did that before, holding up the Xbox One, the original Xbox controller, next to a Dreamcast, and they were literally the same size. And it's until they eventually shrunk it. But
I like the bigger controllers. They were nice. There was space. Small children, you might have issues hitting the buttons. But hey, I'm trying to keep fucking 12-year-olds off Call of Duty anyways.
That's true. But no, these new controllers look really awesome.
I'm gonna have some pissed off parents
feedback
fucking
that they have,
messaging.
the feedback that they have in all the different the smaller rumbles, and then the feedbacks in the triggers themselves help so that everything is very responsive. If you're playing Call of Duty and you're shooting a rifle, or if you're shooting a shotgun, those two feel different pulling the trigger. When you're playing racing games, you actually get the ABS feedback as you're spinning out of control and trying to hit the brakes on something. Depending on how you're driving, you feel whether or not if you're playing Gran Turismo or something, probably not Gran Turismo because it's Xbox, but some sort of something of that nature. If you're rumbling over something on the left side, you feel it on the left side. Those kind of things they can prove useful and helping with the dynamic of your experience in the game. All right, when we come back, we're talking Runner 2, PlayStation Plus, Xbox One, Ouya, MMOs, and Dota 2. Everyone in the Matrix movies is a hipster because they're hiding underground, by the way. You're listening to Unlocked Radio, and we'll be back in 10.
This is President Barack Obama, and you're listening to MSC Radio Network.
If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. morningshowcentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to guitarcenter.com. With hundreds of live weather products and layers, and thousands of combinations, Weather Studio provides a professional graphics and store monitoring solution without complex user knowledge and without the industry standard price tag of $1,000 plus broadcast systems. Weather Studio displays a plethora of critical atmospheric and geophysical data on an interactive GIS-enabled computer map. Get your free 14-day trial of Weather Studio at their website, weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. That's weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768. User-friendly and ready to serve. morningshowcentral.com. Call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on morningshowcentral.com. Oh, great. Not another farm bill request. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/morningshowcentral. Denying one farm bill request at a time.
I know. Oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more. And almost taste Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
The following message is for those with a credit score of 800 and below. Who wouldn't want better credit? Did you ever wonder how different life would be from just having a higher credit score? Are you tired of being turned down for any kind of loan or only offered high interest rates because your credit score is holding you prisoner? Life doesn't have to be that way anymore with access to Turnscor. By increasing your credit score only 50 to 100 points, it can potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over just a 5 to 10 year period. It can be the difference in getting approved for a personal loan, business loan, high limits on credit cards, a brand new car lease, or even a home mortgage. We see so many ads from companies that give us our credit score, but once we get our credit score, what are they going to do to actually repair your credit? Unfortunately, nothing. Until now, Turnscor is the first automated credit repair platform that is simple, safe, and secure. You'll be empowered right from the comfort of your own computer so you can challenge and repair your credit report to ensure it's fair and accurate. Turnscor is specifically developed with you in mind. There's no more need for an attorney, credit repair companies, or credit counseling. More importantly, no more need for paying higher fees. Turnscor will help you get back on track and get the buying power you need. So whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit, Turnscor is helping turn lives around one credit score at a time. Go to turnscor.com and enter the promo code MSC20 and get $20 off your purchase. That's TURNSCOR.com. TURNSCOR.com. Turnscore.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Heard of the 7 deadly sins?
You are evil! Pure evil! Pure evil!
They're nothing compared to Uncensored Net Noise's 7th annual birthday bash.
But I gotta do this.
Friday, September 20th at the Rock City Tap House in Parma. Live on stage, it's Morality Check, Necros Obscura, The Burning Harlots, Darling Waste, and more for this amazing all-ages show.
Because of your words, I'm not ready to destroy.
All the details for the 7th annual Uncensored Net Noise birthday bash at mscradionetwork.com.
Welcome back to Unlocked Radio. All right. All that Facebook stuff. Yeah, they gave me some interesting music, and I just kind of went with it. So, welcome back. Like us on Facebook at Unlocked Radio, YouTube at www.youtube.com/user/Unlocked Radio. Follow us on Twitter at Unlocked Radio. If you missed any of that, go to unlockedradio.com. Compliments of our studio. Let's see, what else I'm not looking at my plug sheet right now. I don't feel like it.
MSC Radio Network, you see it right there.
morningshowcentral.com/watch. There you go.
Right,
That's
if you're listening to this other thing.
TuneIn Radio, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, by the way, happy 4th anniversary to Von Erich for his show, Everything in Between. And thank you for all the plugs that you gave us today. Definitely appreciated. Woo. Hopefully we can get some more fan base going. Because apparently our friends are lacking at spreading the word.
Yeah,
Anyways,
no kidding.
Did you know that 9 out of 10 forest fires are caused by humans?
9 out of 10?
That means 9 out of 10 can be prevented.
Oh, damn.
So if you have camping plans coming up, just know that there might be ways to start a fire, but there's only one sure way to put it out. So before heading into the wilderness, armed with marshmallows
Superman.
and hot dogs. I'm sorry, you're going out in the woods with a packet of hot dogs? Anyways, learn to properly extinguish your campfire by following these simple steps. First, drown the embers with lots of water and dirt. Stir with a shovel or a stick. Drown the embers again. See if the fire feels hot to the back of your hand. If it does not... Wait. Oh, see if it feels cold to the back of your hand. If it does not, start over by following the same steps. Following these proper steps can help prevent a huge disaster. So before you leave, remember to drown, stir, drown again, and feel. I like to test with feeling first. I grab the fire and see if it's hot. and then I start the process.
Fire's hot? Okay, we made a fire properly.
All right, now let's put it out properly.
Then eat the fire. Forget the hot dogs. Eat the fire. Then you don't have to do any of that stuff.
Well, then when you use, never mind. I don't want to know what you're going to use hot dogs for. But anyways, just because it looks out doesn't mean it is out. So for more information, visit SmokeyTheBear.com. Remember, only you can forest fires.
Why can't I prevent forest fires? Why can't Smokey prevent it? Why does he got to tell us to do all the work for him?
Dude, he's paid minimum wage. You expect him to work his ass off? Fuck that.
Actually, yeah.
Whatever.
What do you think people at McDonald's do? What do you think we do?
I don't really work that hard, and I make a lot more than minimum wage.
Well,
anyways, the next free PlayStation Plus game has been lined up, released tomorrow. Gaijin Games Runner 2, The Punishing Ever Runner, will be a free download for PS Plus subscribers after the PlayStation Store update drops. PlayStation Plus also...
Drop the update. Sorry.
Wop, 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 wop.
PlayStation.
If your PlayStation is going wop, 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 you might want to call Microsoft. Also gets a special bundle including Tomb Raider and select DLC, plus a copy of Quantum Conundrum. I love that word, conundrum. Yes. For $20.24. $20.24 tomorrow. Sony announced August's free lineup last week with Hitman Absolution. In the remaining weeks of August, PlayStation Plus will add Star Wars Pinball,
Darkstalkers?
You have Darkstalkers.
I saw that.
Darkstalkers.
I typo every now and again.
Yeah. Darkstalkers Chronicles, the Chaos Tower, and Machinarium.
Machinarium. All that shit added to the instant game collection.
Wunderbar.
And again, PlayStation's not doing so bad. The little subscribing idea seems like it might pay off. They're giving you a lot of stuff for it. 2024
I want
for a
perks
bundle
for subscribing to things, but I don't want to pay for them.
Right? Do you want like 2024 for Tomb Raider, some DLC, and a copy of Quantum Conundrum? I don't know. If you could choose, like, if they had more options for bundles, maybe like a choose any two for a certain rate, like let you bundle things, buy one game at full price, and
Actually,
buy
they
two,
do that.
20% off, something like that.
They do that. You can buy like game bundles and stuff at really discounted prices off that.
But is it a specific bundle, or do we get to bundle up our own? That would be awesome.
Well, I mean, like they have like a couple different bundle options, which is always nice, and like they're always changing. So I mean, if you missed out on something like, oh, I really wanted that, but I didn't get in time, you can always just wait and something else good will come along. PlayStation's really good about that. They're doing really, really good at their plus bundles. Yeah. So
I mean, with the price point, might even do is just for Star Wars Pinball isn't so bad. Because Star Wars Pinball is kind of awesome. Darkstalkers Chronicle is pretty good. Hitman Absolution was fun as fuck. So those are three reasons to like all those. If you were to buy them outright when as individual games cost more than the subscription itself anyway.
So the subscription's actually worth it. Good job, PlayStation, for actually making it worthwhile. Also, free to play online.
Much unlike Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah. The free online play for PlayStation still has my heart. If only their controller was a little bit more comfortable to me.
Without having to like do all sorts of modifications to get an Xbox controller or something else to work for that. People do make mods for that sort of thing, but
I'm lazy as fuck.
Oh yeah, don't feel like doing that, and don't feel like paying like $90 online to buy one off of somebody.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if I'm not going to pay $90 for that, why am I going to pay for my Xbox Live subscription? I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's move on to the next point.
Yeah, move on. Speaking of Xbox, let's go on. The Xbox One controller actually will work with your Windows PC, just not when the Xbox One launches later this year. A Microsoft representative says that the company hopes to roll out the drivers in 2014. They say, as we've stated, the Xbox One controller, although it looks similar in many ways, shares no underlying technology with the current Xbox 360 controller. New wireless protocol, combined with the ability to work in wired mode, and the addition of features like impulse triggers, means the new software has to be rewritten and optimized for the PC. The representative of CVG told us, mentioned this in a press statement. The representative also said that the work must go into ensuring existing games supporting 360 controllers also support the Xbox One gamepad. One of the big differentiators between the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 controllers is the wired mode, which allows an Xbox One gamepad, when plugged in through micro USB, to disable its radios and operate as a true wire controller. It's one thing we didn't get to talk about earlier before the break is that The little micro USB you use to charge all your Android phones you can plug it into the controller and plug it into the Xbox One, and now you have a wire controller with no latency whatsoever.
Yet
now,
another way to increase phone charger sales.
Yeah, so you don't actually have to buy it through Xbox. They recognize that. Well, I already have a micro USB. Why can't I use that? It plugs into USB anyway. You don't have to buy a peripheral. You just do it right there, which is really convenient. If you lose one, chances are you got a micro USB phone charger laying around somewhere, and you can still use that. And it's ported so that when you use that, it doesn't change the functionality of the controller. Yeah. It turns off the radios and doesn't just charge the wireless controller while still playing wireless. You immediately make it wired. So if you're going, like, for people who do competitive gameplay, especially fighting games, you want to lower that latency by having a wire controller. Now you don't have to have two separate controllers.
Yeah, no time relay delay.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool to have. And I'll be looking forward to using that controller as a PC controller when it does come out, because that opens up all sorts of new possibilities, because you can just forget that. I like the controller. That's one of the biggest things for gaming, like I said before, but PC has way more open availability than the consoles
basically
do.
what we're going at right now is all right, so Microsoft has officially taken their old game controller, thrown it out the window, and worked on a new one.
Which, it could work out really well. It does look pretty similar. It looks a little more sleek, and I
feel like they're closing the gap with PlayStation. They're actually catching back up to where they're supposed to be the entire time.
Yeah, as a serious contender.
I think they just got lazy, and now they're like, shit, guys. Apparently, slow and steady doesn't really win the race.
Yeah. Well, a typical business standpoint is that
you want
to broaden out to a newer audience. You don't want to just satisfy the same old audience and just go with that, because then you kind of create a little cult niche that gets smaller and smaller and smaller
as
and
the
you never
generation
expand.
grows.
Yeah, like
older.
Certain if you can look at certain communities in like Cleveland, things like that. The nightlife community specifically.
Look at the Duke Nukem, fan base. It was huge back when,
it mattered.
Yeah.
Back when Duke Nukem actually existed.
Back when everyone was playing video games primarily on their PC because there really weren't any other good games.
Yeah.
Then again, PCs didn't really have that many good games. You want to look back, the storylines were all wonderful, but PC was the head of the gaming industry. Consoles couldn't keep up. Well, now it's the other way around, and the Duke Nukem fan base has shrunk. So by releasing a new Duke Nukem game, you're appealing to a very small fan base, or you're grasping at straws trying to grab new fans, grab a new concept, and merge the groups.
Right.
A lot of musicians do that. Oh, hey, my second album comes out. Like, this genre is not popular anymore, but let's change up our sound a little bit while keeping the same type of message. That way we can draw in this new popular crowd and pull them in with our loyal fan base, bigger group.
Yeah, or they could just change their sound altogether and then piss off all their actual fans. So you got to find a medium, and I feel like Xbox is getting closer to that now.
Yeah, they're taking a slower approach towards that. PlayStation kind of jumped ahead, and they lost a lot of their fan base, but gained a huge new one.
Yeah, gaming is a different beast.
Market.
Gaming is a different beast, and appealing to your core gamers is very, very important. That's what you appeal.
It's also really hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, for example, even like owning a card shop, like, okay, hey, we have Magic tournaments, whatever. Having a Magic tournament is one thing, but you have to realize how many different formats there are. And if you carry it like, hey, new box sets coming out, and I have all these standard cards and modern cards, you don't have Legacy, you're not getting that group. Or if you have Legacy but not standard, you're going to lose that group. You have to try to balance the two, just like with gaming. You have to try to balance the two groups and try to keep them,
Hey, arcades never figured that out either. They keep dropping. They're like, oh, let's make a bunch of redemption games. You get a bunch of everyone to come in here. It's like, no, your regulars are going to keep coming in and making you money if you give them stuff. The PlayStation figured that out. Sony figured that out, that the regular gamers are going to keep spending money buying every single game that they can as long as you appeal to those core gamers. Now Xbox is figuring that out and not trying to go the media route. Anyway.
So they're tying up the game.
So speaking of the consoles, let's move on to our next one because we got a new one on the market.
All right, we got the Ouya.
Love
the $99 Android console that was funded by Kickstarter, powered by Dreams, and promoted by Revolution. By its makers, it is quite the interesting machine. Something about the Ouya's roguish underdog status and the combination of being a fully functional console and a development kit all in one is pretty damn attractive. Plus, it's super tiny. You can literally only fit half of a magical elf inside of it. Maybe a couple drops of healing potion if you're lucky, but you're going to take some serious pushing to fit that.
Yeah. It's literally the size of a Rubik's Cube, which is awesome, but let's move on.
Obviously, this is not a bleeding edge console. That's going to pump out realistic graphics at 100 FPS, but that's not Ouya's thing anyway. So you might be forgiven in thinking that MMO studios might try to stay away from it. Well, that's limited storage space, processing power, or whatever. I'm sure there'll be upgrades to it. Don't worry, guys.
We'll see.
But yeah, I'm sure there will be. But that's actually not the case. 2 MMOs have already announced release for the Ouya: Vendetta Online and Chaos Online. And for us, that signals that there's a possibility there's gonna be more in the future.
Yeah, it's. I mean, granted, like
Let's get some MOBA.
It's not MOBAs like League and everything else. It's not World of Warcraft or the really, really huge, expansive MMOs. But they're getting somewhere, and obviously you got to start somewhere. Because of the fact that it's a gaming console and a developer kit all in one, just mashed in there, you can do everything with it. It allows for people to play it and they go, "Hey, I have an idea, and I have this friend who's pretty good at programming. Let me try this out." We'll just. I don't know. I guess he's holding up the bell. It's actually the size of the console.
Check out our new console. We're gonna plug this in. It fits in your pocket, guys. Like, you really have no reason not to game on the go.
Honestly, literally, this is the size of the console right here. The size of the console goes like that. Like, to compare it to my face, that is how big it is. You can literally put it in your pocket, just grab a cord and grab the little controller that it has, and you can take it anywhere with you. And like I said, because of how small it is, it doesn't have the capability of an Xbox One or the PS4 that are going to.
It doesn't require trip pants like every other game system.
Right. It's going to have the capability of like the 360.
Yeah.
It's good for that, and it takes. There's the way the games are at right now. It's not where it could be. So for those of you who actually end up checking out the Ouya, do not get turned off by what it currently is, because think about the fact that it is a Kickstarter project. It's an idea. It's an idea that currently has a physical state, but it can become so much more because of the fact that anybody can literally work with it because it's Android based, and we all know what happened with Android. Everyone's like, "Oh, it won't beat the iPhone." Now look at it.
Yep. Outrunning it left and right.
Yeah.
And far more reliable. So I'm actually rooting for the Ouya, especially with a starting base price of $99.
Yeah. I could buy 5 Ouyas instead of one Xbox One.
They sell
Christmas presents.
Well, yeah, like stocking stuffers. You can get an Ouya for a stocking stuffer. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
As opposed to hey, I'm gonna spend $500 on my kid for Christmas. What am I gonna get him? Xbox One.
Think about when you were a kid, if you would have had a video game console in your stocking stuffer. How thrilled would you be?
I mean, I got one under the tree once, but that was a whole different story.
Right, but like when you're looking in your console, you're looking in your stocking, you're like, all right, Butterfingers, Snickers, and random little candies and things here and there.
Candy canes.
Yeah, candy canes out the ass. What is this little box? What does this plug into? There's a video game controller in here. What? Now you have a video game console right in your stocking. I'm sorry, but that is revolution. They are right in that regard.
It's epic. I'm really excited about it, and like I said, it's $99 to start with, so it's cheap, and it has somewhere where we can go because it's new. It's different, and
you can literally go Google some shit.
It hasn't defined itself yet, so it's going somewhere. Whether it's going somewhere good, I don't know, but it's going to go somewhere.
Yeah, like you can even Google, if you just get curious, you can go Google how to do some little programs and stuff like that. How am I going to program a game for Android? And you can just find something if you have an idea, and you can do that because that's what Android does.
Yep. It's wonderful. It's easy.
Gaming is not going anywhere. It's doing good. It's doing good things. Little consoles like that, and then the last little article we want to talk about. The winner of the International 2013 Dota 2 Championship is a team called Alliance, a group of 5 players from Sweden. Alliance beat out Team Natus Vincere in a 5-game match.
Don't tell them how much the prize money was. Yeah, I have a comment on that one.
Yeah, oh my god, they earned a pretty large title sum. The 5-day event was held in Seattle, Washington this year, and had a prize pool. Well, let's not get into that either. Natus Vincere, as a team, they actually won the tournament in 2011. The first year it was held during Gamescom in Cologne, Germany, and they took home $1 million. Valve is offering replays of the event on the official Dota 2 site. Now, Last year, $1 million. So for those who... for those,
2011, $1 million.
2011, yeah. Sorry,
This
2011,
year,
$1 million.
I'm sorry, I got into the wrong fucking game. I started playing League of Legends. I should have been on Dota 2.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, you know, I could have been competitive, seeing as, you know, Dota, like, really? Pretty good at that one. Grew up on it, kind of. Played StarCraft with Koreans, for Christ's sake. So for me, Dota 2, I feel like I could have done fairly well. I just would have needed to find a team together, and I probably could have done that.
Yeah, want to bring up... Sorry, but
let's go into the prize money on this one.
Yeah,
What did the winning team win this year?
But the real quick little comment I want to make is, how many people do you know who are like, oh, really? Is there really any money in gaming? Blah blah blah. It's kind of a hobby. There's still plenty of people doing this.
Break even.
Well, Team Alliance that won the Dota 2 championship this year won $1.4 million. 5 people won $1.4 million playing a video game, ladies and gentlemen.
With a collective prize pool of $2.8 million.
Yeah, $2.8 million in the prize pool of a tournament for a video game. So if you
this is a game that's free to play.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for it. Just download it. You got your computer. You got everything you need. You can just literally play a game, something that you love doing, playing video games and jumping into that world and playing with your friends and competing. Oh, it's video gaming is not a sport. And blah blah blah. Like, they made $1.4 million sitting in a chair.
Doing something
I am not
paying.
We're not getting paid $1.4 million sitting here. I'll tell you that right now.
I also don't really love this that much. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy this a lot. Yeah, I really do. I enjoy sitting here. I enjoy talking about video games. I actually enjoy playing video games. If I could find a way to make that kind of money doing it, I would.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to have a real job, which doesn't pay nearly that.
Right. It's like the problem with it is that you do have to get started younger when you have the time to do it, so that you can get really good at the game, keep playing it all the time, and eventually get good enough where you could win millions of dollars playing it. But still, the fact that that's even a possibility to do something that most people consider a hobby it breaks down those walls that you could just, anytime someone's like, really, you play video games? What a nerd. Like, $1.4 million, slap it right in their face. Yeah. $1.4 million won in a video game. How much did you make?
How much would it take to shut you the fuck up? Here, go buy yourself a Twinkie and a hooker.
Yeah, like it's like, you know, that the last 3 years you've been playing Grand Theft Auto, how much money did you make in that game? Still not as much as these people made just playing a video game. Like that not real fictional money your character won, that's how much money these people actually won in real life playing this game. So
all right, guys, I quit. I'm gonna go learn how to play a game.
Learn how to play a game, get real damn good at it. Dota 2 is evidently the way to frickin' go. I mean, I saw some stuff when, like, T Squared was playing Halo back in 2005, 2006 and making $100,000 a year doing it that way. I thought that was phenomenal at the time.
Yeah.
That was from sponsorships and everything else. You just had to sit there and play Halo, and I'm like,
yeah.
Well, dude, if I could play my favorite game and win a ton of money on it, why wouldn't you?
We had friends that used to compete, you know, in Melee tournaments. One of our previous guests and close friends won the first Injustice tournament. And, like, these things are paying out money, guys. They're paying out money.
Enough for them to continue. Once they got good at it, found a game they were good at, found a way to make money off of it, now that's all they need to do.
You play something, you do something you love. You play a game that you enjoy, and you make a killing if you're good enough.
Right.
Just like sports, fat guys finally have a way to compete.
Yeah, I honestly think that there are way lamer professions than video gaming. So like, oh, video game, like people whittle for frick's sake.
Yeah, I was gonna go with professional cheerleaders, but whatever. At least they're hot.
Yeah. All right, that's about all the time that we have for tonight. Remember to like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/unlockedradio. Like us on Twitter at www.unlockedradio.com. YouTube.com/user/unlockedradio. That's the complicated one. You're watching Unlocked Radio and MSC Radio Network. Give them a shout out. Give us a shout out on our Facebook.
Like all the shows on Morning Show Central. Everything in between. Like I said, tell Von Erich happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary for that 4 years. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Later, guys.